Hello, this is Liam from Lazarus Personal Training, the founder of the No Shoe Crew, and this is your sweat on session. Just as a word of warning, I am filming this before a spin class that happens in 2 hours. I am fully expecting people to walk through that door and start putting the stuff down on spin stuff. If they do, I apologise. Hopefully they don't. Today's workout is 10 exercises in 10 minutes. We are going 50 seconds on, 10 seconds off as a little bit of a rest to get ready for the next exercise. Before we get into that, let's get into our warm-up. First thing I want you doing is stood up, and we're going to go into a hip hinge position. So with this hip hinge, hips are going back, we're coming up tall. Squeezing the bum up at the top, just getting these hips primed and ready for this workout. From there, we're going to go feet double shoulder width apart. We're going to reach down and reach up. A little bit of an extension coming from that hip hinge, and also getting the shoulders working into. And then from there, arms in a big circle backwards, and gradually making those smaller and smaller as we go to a little one, to then take them back big again. And again, big circles through this, to then go back into that hip hinge position. We're keeping this wall up nice and quick, nice and mobile, making sure that we're moving correctly. Fine, from there, back into wide stance, reaching up. And then from there, back into big circles to take us into smaller circles, gradually getting smaller, and then we go back to big again. We're going one more time through this. All right, back into that hip hinge position. From there, feet go wide, down and explode. And then from there, big circles back again. Into smaller ones. Into the smallest ones that we can. To then take them back bigger. And full circles through. With the warm-up done and out of the way, we're going to get into our workout. Now we have 10 exercises that I've got listed down the side here. It covers upper and lower with a range between being on the ground and being standing. I'm going to start this timer. We go 50 seconds on, 10 seconds off as a transition point. And again, we've got 10 exercises to do. The first movement starts down on the floor into some T-pulses. So from here, just squeezing the shoulder blades together. Looking down to the floor, arms are out and away. There's a light touch, and we squeeze. Find your tempo and stick with it. You want to be pulling down with the shoulder blades. So your traps, or basically your neck muscles, shouldn't be activating. They should all be coming from here. Resting there. The next movement that we go into is a down dog toe tap. So in a down dog position, we're reaching through. Up we come, touch, and touch. Back and forth out of this. Now, I've not got the prettiest down dog in the world. My heels are off of the ground. But this is where I feel comfortable. And I want you to go to where you feel comfortable. We should be feeling this as a pull out the hamstring, and also should be feeling it in the core too. And we're going alternating sides, or opposite sides, sorry. From there, we're going into squat walkout. So we go to a standing position, squat down, and walk out. Squatting down, walking out into a push-up position. Heels come back to the hips, and then we come up tall. With this, we go to a range of motion that you feel comfortable with. But ideally, we're sinking as low as we can and returning to that same position. I like to take a second just in the bottom of that squat, just to make sure I'm feeling super secure and comfortable. Last couple of seconds here. Stopped a bit early there. Oops. Got to help him in frame on that. I'll be well annoyed if I'm not. Next one we go into is a lunge to squat position. So we start in a lunge. We step into a squat and then we change sides. So we stay relatively low on this. Big quad burner through this. So we should already be feeling the quad starting to burn through that squat position that we've just been into. Trying to stay low. Take a second here if you need to take a second. Core wants to stay tight here too. I'm trying to keep my knees in a similar line right through this. From there, the next move we go into is a push-up. Scale this to where you need it to scale to. Take rest where you need to take rest. I will always start from the floor on a push-up. Just find it's more comfortable and I keep a better range of motion. Arms are always coming long and we always extend up at the top. Keep your core tight, stay braced, bums squeezing, legs are squeezing. Last couple of seconds with this one. Next move we go into star jumps. Just put it in for a bit of cardio, just lets the body rest and recover. Body's in tight, comes out to a side. Nice and light with these. And if we can, breathing in and out through the nose. Trying to keep that pace nice and quick. We want to be nice and light whenever we're bouncing. Last 20 seconds on this. This is proper fitness rubbish, isn't it? Star jumps. Who invented star jumps? That's my question. Last few seconds. Next move we go into is a lateral lunge. This is step out to the side, inside foot stays long. So I step out, squat in, and drive back into centre. Key with this is keep your knee in line with your toes and squat to wherever you feel comfortable squatting to. Keep it moving. Keep this flow at a consistent pace. I find these lateral lunges really nice to open out the hips. Last couple of seconds with these. From there, we're going into a Y handcuff position. So we go back down to the floor again, like we're doing a YMCA. Arms come up into a handcuff position. Back to start again. Trying to keep the upper back switched on throughout this movement. This is deceptively hard. Again, keep that moving, keep it flowing. From there, the next movement that we go into is shoulder taps. So up, hands coming side to side. Core wants to stay as tight as possible when doing this movement. So we're tight, we're braced, hand is pushing down into the mat. And again, if you need to scale this, you can come down to your knees, you can take your feet a little bit wider. There's a good couple of ways that we can keep this going. Last couple of seconds. Hello. One more exercise to do, which is squat jumps. We're going into a half dip to then jump up and through. Last 40 seconds on this, and then I'm finished filming. It's a good job this is the last exercise. Last 20 seconds. Again, we want to be light on the feet, controlling this range of motion. Last 10 seconds to go. And we are finished off. That's been your workout for this week. I will see you next time. Thank you.